All right, Turbo Camaro update and progress on the bodywork. So, got a little bit of dust and stuff on that fender, but that's the fender that we wet sanded and buffed. Like I talked about in the other video, this is the fender that was in pretty rough shape from the standpoint of got a lot of debris in it. So, that came out pretty well. I was happy with that, and we'll clean that up once we get further. But this this door has been wet sanded and just smoothing it out. I think we still got to go back with 1500 on this and then 3000, but this door's been wet sanded, the quarter's been wet sanded, and I'll show you guys you can see all these little marks. That's us just knocking down any spots that were in the paint. Kind of just making the process a little quicker. So I'm over here working on wet sanding this fender and this door now, and I'll show you the difference. Is basically this fender is pretty close. I still have some little spots that I got to work out, kind of like that guy right there. But if you look, you can see right here where I've wet sanded this pretty decent. There's still some spots like that one right there to work out. But now look next to it, I've sanded on this, but not nearly as much. And you can see how it's still got kind of shiny spots, and it's just real blotchy. That's the best way I can say it. Where if you look at that, it's a lot smoother. So I'm trying to get this to look like this right here, where you don't see anything, it's just a nice smooth. Or if you look kind of like right in here, it's nice and smooth, you don't see any of that blotchiness. So that's what we're working on, more wet sanding. You can see the spots that'll be more difficult or take more time is like that right there, or any of these spots like this. So you just keep working at it. I'm just using 1500 on this DA it's got a lot of cushion built into it, and I'm making that cushion really wet with water, and then I'm spraying the pad itself down and the sanding disc down with water, and then keeping my panel wet with water. So it takes a lot of time, but you're just taking a little bit off at a time, and I'm sure someone that does this more could do it a lot faster than what I can. I'm very, very new to this, so I've just been doing it under Josh's supervision. So I'm getting better at it and kind of learning how to speed up the process, but just showing you guys what kind of the process is. It definitely makes a difference. It definitely makes a huge difference. So I'm happy with it. It's coming out really well. I'll show you guys the hood over here. This hood is looking great. And again, we got a decent amount of stuff in the hood just because it kind of landed on the hood. It's a big flat surface to attract things. But man, if you could see this hood in person, it's looking great. I'm super happy with it. Josh spent some time on this hood today, and it definitely shows. Got a little bit of a spot somewhere in here that he's a little worried about, or not worried about, but he's working out still. I'm not overly concerned about it. This like blotchy spot here is just because we just buffed it right there and we haven't finished up. We were just trying to work that spot out, but man, this hood's looking good. We got that giant hole patched up in the hood. The fender's looking great. It's getting close, one step at a time. And it definitely takes a lot of time with this wet sanding and buffing, but man, does the finished product look good. And I know he's still gonna work that hood, but man, that hood has never looked that good. It's really exciting to see this thing come together. This fender's looking great, and it's really gonna pop once we get the hood on the car, the wheels on the car, our emblems back on, get the windows back in it, then you can really tell what it's gonna look like. But I can already envision it. I can already see, man, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look really good. So I'm excited. It's definitely a tedious process, and it definitely takes a lot of time, but definitely worth it in the long run. It's been a lot of years that I've been wanting to get this car painted, so getting it to this stage has been a long time coming, and we're slowly working it there. It's getting closer and closer. I'm not sure exactly when we're gonna have it finished up, but it's gonna be soon. It's moving right along. I want to say it's been like a month and 2 days we've been working on this now, and kind of just been a nights and weekends project, especially for me. Josh has been working on it a little bit more throughout the day when he has time in between work. So man, I'm excited. This thing's coming out good, and hopefully this content helps you guys. I just wanted to really show you guys kind of what this process is about. You can click through the channel and check out really this whole process from start to finish. So hopefully we'll get it wrapped up in the next week or so, but we'll just see what happens. I'm excited, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep it saucy.